it was reported that TK, Tony Khan, he's actually said this in the ROH Final Battle press conference, that he believes that AEW is under attack, is constant attack. It's under constant attack. VAW is to be under constant attack. You do a great show, and the next day somebody's saying something negative. You do 5 great shows in a row, someone's saying something negative. You break ticket records for most tickets ever sold for any wrestling show in the history of the world. Somebody has
Delusional.
something bad to say about it. At this point, I don't worry about it. We just need to go out and do great shows week after week. We were the number 1 show on cable this week. We beat every single show on TV on Wednesday out of hundreds and hundreds of shows across hundreds of networks, and we continue doing it, and everybody works here. Everybody works here is going to be in a good position. I love that passion. That's where I love that passion.
You like delusional passion?
It's not delusional.
No,
He
he's
makes some good
delusional.
point. Like the ticket
He's
sales is
okay.
ticket sales right,
Ti-
and they
he's
sold out Wembley. I mean,
that was the most tickets ever sold in a wrestling promotion ever in the history
no,
of the
not
world.
anymore. Not anymore.
Okay. My main
It's
takeaway is
WrestleMania.
he's delusional. The second is if you don't care, it's a little bit ironic that you had all these stats to spit out, but you don't care because you didn't do the research to be able to say that, right? Like that's ironic. And also, if you didn't care, then why do you spend so many hours on Twitter responding to people with pictures of Roman Reigns as their Twitter profile picture? That's what I want to know. If you don't care, how come you constantly have hissy fits on Twitter? How come you're constantly freaking out and like literally going on like 50 tweet threads about how great AEW is? Like, you don't care though. That's why your talent is constantly bringing up WWE live on air each and every week. Like, boy, bye.
Every week they bring it up. I love the.
Literally.
It's actually incredible that they bring it up every
It's
week.
so stupid. Like, they don't understand how stupid it is. Like, it's so dumb because they don't acknowledge it ever in AEW. Almost never.
Yeah, reverse, but yes, I know what you mean.
WWE never says AEW is what I mean.
You said it backwards. But
Okay,
I knew
yeah,
what you meant.
WWE
I
is
know
like
what you
never
meant.
saying it. Yeah.
They never say it. No,
Yeah.
they say the other guys.
Well, but even then, they barely ever mention its existence. Is what I'm saying. It's like very few and far between.
Yeah, you have to drag it out of him. And I said I love his passion. That's why I love TK. I can always appreciate someone who's that passionate about what they're doing. However, if you want to take a bird's eye view of this, he's got to calm down. He's got to calm down. And this really isn't how an owner of a company should be acting, especially on social media. I mean, Triple H, you do not see him tweet. You don't see these owners of billion-dollar companies tweeting out their frustrations. It's very high school-esque. I mean, for God's sakes, Facebook, I send you those memories. I've seen you post yours, and I post mine, or I see mine. And, like, I just want to give a Gunther chop to younger me. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you tweeting today with the number 2 and day? Like, just you buffoon.
It's like
You
it
know,
takes
like,
more effort for you to press the 2 than just spelling it out.
yes.
Yeah.
You're just trying to be different. And I get it. We all try to. But, like, you got to know when there's a time and place for everything. And he just does not understand that yet. And if he does, and is saying F it anyways, then that's an even bigger problem.
I think the biggest thing is though is like his actions don't back up his words. So he can go on every show, every podcast, every live whatever and say this until he's blue in the face that he doesn't care what people are saying, blah blah blah. And then 2 hours later, he's on Twitter having an emotional breakdown calling out a 14-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin fan about how stupid they are and they don't even watch the product, and he's posting a gif of like the Young Bucks like to like get back at them. Like no, dude. Like no, it's like when you're saying like a billionaire owner, like imagine Jeff Bezos like chilling on Twitter getting offended because someone's tweeting about how their package from Amazon was late every time. You know, like, can you imagine? That's
I
so
wouldn't take Jeff
embarrassing.
Bezos seriously.
Exactly. And it's
I
like,
wouldn't.
and Tony, I like I've said, other than the fact that he needs more people around him that like can help him
Just needs a guy.
just do this instead of having yes men or doing it all himself. This is just another instance of where he just looks like a fan. You know, it's like the fact
Yeah.
that he sits next to people at every press conference. Like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you need to be there for every press
Yeah.
conference interview? Like,
Even
that's
even
weird.
college coaches don't do that.
Yeah, so it's like, why do you have to be there? It's
That's
because he's a fan, you know? And then it's like when he's doing this kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, because you're a fan of your own company. You're a mark for yourself. That's where you start to run into trouble. You can't do that. So, like, we've said it a million times. He just needs to accept where his company is and, you know, hope for continued growth in money and you know that they can sustain that for years and years and years instead of like acting like you're the best friggin' company in the entire world when you're not, or that you're the hottest and you're doing all this and the other ones aren't. That's not true. Like, just accept where you are and that maybe in an ideal universe you will one day be where WWE is, but you're not there. You're very far away from there, just like everyone else is. TNA has been around for a really long time too, and they're nowhere near WWE. So
But they
just accept
get that
it.
they're not WWE.
Exactly, and
That's
they're
what
okay with that.
they're really like them. MLW
Mhm.
is established himself, and I was actually thinking about this when I got home from work. That there just needs to be things like alternatives, and
Yeah,
it's okay to not be WWE or not be this because there needs to be an alternative.
but see,
I'm
this
thinking
is
of
where I
MLW. I'm thinking of like other like lower end promotions because how else are you gonna rise talent to get to that next level? You know?
see, and this is where I feel like it's kind of exposing Tony for why he actually wanted to create AEW, because the original reason that we were being sold was there are too many talented wrestlers out there that deserve to be on television and get paid and be seen by wrestling fans. So we're going to create a promotion that basically picks all those people, you know, the people that WWE don't deem to be talented enough, good enough, whatever. We're going to make a promotion where, yeah, we can see how actually good they are, right?
They're very
That was what
talented.
we were sold.
Very
Hence,
talented.
all elite. They're all elite. Every single wrestler. Tony did this out of like a vendetta. Like, he's got something against WWE, and I think that's part of why we keep seeing these meltdowns. He's so mad that he is still trailing WWE, that he can't figure out how to get to the top of that mountain, and it just irks him so badly that
Mhm.
WWE is still the king and AEW is nowhere near it. It just feels like that was his motivation, whereas Cody and the Young Bucks, for instance, like their motivation was, maybe with Cody specifically, was a little bit like a big fu, you know, to WWE given where he was at that time. But
Mhm.
obviously he's moved on because he's come back and now he's the poster boy of WWE. But Tony Khan sits on Twitter crying to 12-year-olds about, my company is better. Stop being so mean.
And
Like,
this comment hits a little bit because they're not equal. Okay? They're
WCW was
still
du-
huh?
they're not close to WCW. Is
They're
that what
not.
okay.
They're not. They're
Yeah.
not. WCW led for 82 or 83 weeks.
And their downfall is basically what Tony is doing. Their downfall is because Bischoff and all of them, like, they all became a mark for themselves and they ended up spending too much money and like focusing so much on passing WWF,
And
WWE
creative
that,
control.
yes, that's
But
the
it's creative
recipe that
control, but with
Tony's
one
doing.
person. Exactly.
That's why I said they could be done in 5 years or less. Like, if they continue down this road, if Tony continues doing what he's doing, we're going to see the end of AEW in short, like in a few years. Because like that's exactly what happened to WCW. You thought they were going to be invincible, untouchable, they're going to be an equal, they're going to take over WWE. And then they all started to be like, yeah, let's just do whatever, bro, because we want to be the opposite of that company. And look what happened to them. Like,
They're just a glorified it's just like the glorified indies. It's really it. Like,
and
I don't
that's
think they'll ever be gone. I just
I
believe
just
that they won't be in the same topic. Like, it'll be like an Impact when Hogan took it over
well, because
and try to
they're
go up against them on Monday nights, and it's like, "Dude, know your role, man."
they're
Like,
already going down like a tricky path too with all of these rumors about Warner Brothers maybe buying WWE. So or like
yeah,
the rights to
that would be
Raw.
a nail in the coffin.
That's what I was saying a
Be a
couple weeks ago when
nail
we
in the
were talking about it. It's
coffin.
like you're already heading that way because like you have a relationship with Warner Brothers because of, TBS, and they might already be like, we want Raw. We don't
If
need Dynamite."
TBS if Turner Broadcasting puts on WWE programming,
Hmm.
talk about hell freezing over. We would be in a truly in a nonsense galaxy.
I know. That's why I'm saying like that would be the end of AEW kind of because like they
Ooh,
would have to go to try to find somewhere else to be on TV. Um, which it's possible, obviously, but like,
I mean,
how do
there's
you
so many
convince
different
people that you're
promotions.
profitable if the network that you just had decided to just kind of like drop you because they want to go with the
Yeah,
other company? Like,
they'd have to.